through the criminal justice system against all the threat that they had to face in order to do it, and against all the odds, and against the most powerful people in the country, some of the most powerful people in the world to do it. Those are the people, who a few generations from now, I don't know that we'll still have movies, but they'll be the ones who are having blockbuster holograms made about them. Lawrence, thank you. Thank you, my friend. I know we'll be back with you in a moment. Joining us now here on set for his first interview since tonight's verdict was announced is the prosecution's primary witness from this case, Michael Cohen. He's joined here tonight by his attorney, Danya Perry. We're grateful to you both for being here.
It's good to see you all.
How are you?
I guess the word is relieved. This has been 6 years in the making. Remember, the very first time that I met with the district attorney's office, we talked about it when I was on your show after putting out Disloyal. The very first time I ever met with the district attorney's office was while I was an inmate in Otisville. They came up to see me on 3 separate occasions. So this is a 6-year process within which for accountability to finally be had.
Were you surprised by the verdict?
No, I was not. I've been on so many of the shows on here on MSNBC, and I've told you all along that the facts speak for themselves. The documents speak for themselves. I've listened to so many pundits come on the various shows, including some of the hosts talking about X, Y, and Z. They couldn't be further from the truth. And I would have conversation with my lawyer, Danya, on a regular basis, and I would say, I don't understand it. I just don't understand. How come they don't see the same things that we're seeing? I understand that, it makes great headlines and so on, but the facts are the facts. And at the end of the day, the facts are what prevailed here.
You mentioned the time frame and what it's been for you. Before tonight, there was this criminal scheme that had been described by prosecutors, right? This illegal conspiracy to influence the election, payments to benefit the campaign, laundered through the Trump organization, booked falsely as funds for something else. It's been described by multiple prosecutors. But before tonight, there was exactly one person who had gotten in trouble for this scheme.
Only one.
Only one. It was you. You were not the beneficiary of the scheme, but you were the only person who had been in trouble for it. I mean, the National Enquirer got immunity, but you ended up in prison.
As did Alan Weisselberg.
Yeah. Trump's Attorney General, Bill Barr, told SDNY to stop the investigation after you were in prison, after you had gotten the sharp end of that stick, and to get Trump's name out of it. It's finally been 8 years down the road from these alleged crimes. I just have to ask you, I know you just said about how you feel about the verdict, but that's justice delayed. Is justice delayed, justice denied?
Clearly not in this case. 34 counts, one after the other, after the other, after the other of guilty. It's accountability. It's exactly what America needs right now. We need for accountability to be had by all those that break the law, because as we like to continuously state, no one is above the law. And today's verdict demonstrates that.
How do you think Donald Trump is feeling today in the wake of these verdicts?
Well, I can only go back to when Judge Pauley sentenced me to 36 months. You don't feel good. Sentencing is terrible. I, of course, took the plea, the 48 hours that was given to me, or they were filing the 80-page indictment that was going to include my wife. It never feels good. I did what I had to do to protect my family. This is very different. Donald didn't let it go in order to protect his family. He took it all the way. And Judge Juan Merchan, who is an absolute gentleman, to see him on that stand is to see poetry. It's to see a masterful judge who was quick with decision making. He was absolutely judicial perfection. And the jury had tremendous respect for him, as did I, which is what kept me off of all my social media. That and Danya, of course, telling me to stay off of social media. It was really out of respect for Judge Merchan in the process that I did exactly that. And the jury respects Judge Merchan, and I believe a lot of the antics that went on in the courtroom, whether it was by Blanche or by Donald himself with the eye closing, the leaning back, the total disregard for the jury, I don't think he engendered any positive feelings by anyone.
Did you feel like him? I mean, some people said he was sleeping. Some people said he was resting his eyes. I don't know. There was a lot of different interpretations about what he was doing. Your interpretation of it in the room was that he was being disrespectful to the jury?
Yes, but I was also not concentrating too much on him as I was trying to keep track of Todd Blanche's meandering questioning. That was very different. You'd go from 2016 to 2018, 2019, 2020, and trying to keep track of the dates and the events when you have that type of a meandering questioner is not an easy process.
Did you